What's in her name, she says, and then she sighs and wrings her little hands and rolls her eyes. A rose by any other name would smell the same. Oh, wherefore art thou, Romeo, young sir? Chuck your old pot and change your moniker. Me and Doreen, we been to see a show. The swell $2 touch, bong tong, you know, chair of peace with velvet on the seat, a slap-up treat. The dramas writ by Shakespeare years ago about a balmy bloke named Romeo. Lady, by yonder moon, I swear, says he, and then he climbs up on the balcony and there they smooch a treat with pretty words, like two lovebirds. I nudge Doreen, she whispers, ain't it grand? Her eyes are shining and I squeeze her hand. What's in her name, Struth? I don't know. Billow is just as good as Romeo. She may be Julia or Juliet. He loves her yet. She's the tart he wants. She's his queen. Names never count, but I like Doreen. A sweeter, dearer sound I never heard. This music hangs around that little word, Doreen. Oh, but what's I starts to say about the play? I'm off me beat. But when a bloke's in love, his thoughts turns her way, like an omen dove. This Romeo, he's lurking with a crew, a dead tough bunch of crooks named Montague. His cliner's pushed, what's nicknamed Capulet. They has 'em set. Fair narcs they are. Just like them backstreet cliques, except they fights with skewers instead of bricks. What's in a name? What's in a string of words? They fights in old Verona with their swords and never give a bloke a stray dog's chance. And that's romance? Yet when they deals it out with bricks and boots in Little Long, they're a load of graded brutes. What's just been stoush with us right here today is valour if you're far enough away. Someday some writer bloke will do the trick on Ginger Mick of Spadger's Lane. He'll be a Romeo when he's been dead 500 years or so. Fair Juliet, she gives her boy a tip. She says, don't give that crowd of mine no lip, and if you run against a Capulet, just do a get. He swears he's done with Flash. He'll chuck it clean, same as I done when I met Doreen. They smooge some more at that. Oh, strike me blue. Give me Joe's to sit and watch them two. He'd turn away and start to say goodbye, and then she'd cry, oh, Romeo, and get a stranglehold and hang around him like she thought he'd bolt. Next day, he words out Gospel Cove about a secret wedding, and they plan it out. He gives a spruik about how he's bewitched, then they get hitched. Now here's the bit where I fair gets the pip. She's his for keeps, then he lets her slip. Oh, but he makes me sick, a fair gazob. He's just the glassy on a soulful sob. He'll spruik and sigh and howl a lovesick vow, the silly cow. But when he's got her spliced and on the straight, he crills the pitch and tries to kid its fate. Or fate, my foot. Instead of sloping as soon as he was wet off on his honeymoon, he and his cobber, Mercurio, they has to go and mix it with that bunch of Capulets. They looks for trouble and it's what they gets. A tug named Tyball, cousin to the skirt, slags them and starts to sling off dirt. Next minute there's a real old ding-dong go half round or so. Mercurio, he gets it in the neck. Oh, shucks, he says, and passes in his check. Quite natural. Romeo gets wet as hell. It's me or you, he says, and with a yell plugs Tyball through the gizzard with his sword. Oh, how I encored. Put in the boot, I says, put in the boot. Hush, says Doreen. Shame, says some silly coot. Then Romeo, he don't know what to do. The cops get busy, as they always do, and nose around till he goes blue funk and does a bunk. They wants his tart to wed some other guy. Oh, cripes, she says, I wish that I could die. Now, this here gospel bloke's a real sharp head. I'll dope you, says he, so they think you're dead. I tips he was a cunning sort and knew a thing or two. She takes his knockout drops up in her room. They think she's dead. Plant her in her tomb. Then things get mixed a treat and quite a whirl. Romeo comes back and finds his girl tucked in her little coffin, cold and stiff. And in a jiff he swallows Lysol, throws a fancy fit, head over turkey, and his soul is flit. Then Juliet wakes up and finds him there, turns on the waterworks, tears her hair. Oh, love, she says, I cannot live alone. And with a moan, she grabs his pocket knife and ends her cares. Peanuts and lollies, says the boy upstairs.